But we've already built some outsidey bits, so. Mead and meat. I mean, we always need more meat, so I'd be happy to build those. I don't think I have a meat guy that actually works here. Or rather, I have you, so get to work. It's not a lot to do. But I will want more meat. Wasn't paying attention to the housing situation, but I can look at that shortly. Meat is such a good food type in the game. Only requires salt, which is extremely easy to make and very lucrative in itself. And it's got such low tonnage. Which I'm still not sure I'm using in the correct term, but it makes sense to me. Okay, this is making less and less sense the more I build here. There we go. That should boost up one of those. Otherwise, it needs a lot more buildings, a lot more houses. I didn't build too much meat there, did I? No, I meant to have hundreds of meat. I guess it would be low volume goods. I don't know, that kind of makes them sound like they're uncool. I'll never forget that guy in Secret of Evermore who says the secret to his success is volume, volume, volume. Never even occurred to me that he meant the volume of his goods. Who would think I'd turn out to be the super trader I am today, when I was such a dumb kid. How are we doing on warehouses here? I think I've topped it up everywhere that I went to check out. That's a dangerous assumption to make. Any fans of Secret of Evermore around here? It's a pretty good game. It's not amazing, but I'd say it beats Secret of Mana hands down. Secret of Mana used to be one of my all-time favorite games. I replayed it a number of years ago and I was like, wow, what the hell did I ever see in this game? The story is so butchered, so rushed. Okay, right, that'll do Bergen for at least a while. Oslo, whoa, okay, oh yeah, but Oslo's finished. I didn't mark Oslo as done. That's a big mistake. How's it doing with wells? Okay, there's a lot more wells that Oslo needs. Regardless though, Oslo is checked off now. I like all that meat coming in. So many cogs here. It's kind of annoying because a cog takes 39 days. A Carvel takes double that but has quadruple the capacity and faster speeds. So really I'm losing about 50% efficiency on the time it takes me to produce my ships. It'll all be fine in the end, and actually even though it's less efficient I like having a variety of ships working for me. Still though, that time loss. That metal loss, I really need a lot more metal coming in for these guys. I'm glad that they're relatively well provided on most other fronts, but still. Ah, that meat. Thank God I am only too happy to be overflowing in meat. This is good. Alright, great. A few more quick checks. Aalborg is growing fast. Must be all the people that I dumped here. But Aalborg is pretty much built, so it can grow. Malma has been stalling, probably because it's artificially stalled out. I should pay a bit of attention to what Malma is meant to do for me, because I haven't been looking at it much in a long time. Trying desperately to find them on my list. Here we go. Malma is 100 tools, 490 pitch, which means all of these beekeepers are surplus to requirement. All of these smithy guys are pretty good, except for 12 of them. So I could kill 4 and 8 and be happy. But that wouldn't give me the space for them. Well, you know what, I can transfer them over to the honey industry temporarily. Imagine that, you've lived your life for about 10 years as a blacksmithy, and then all of a sudden you're meant to go and get stung by bees for a living. It's like that Nicolas Cage horror film. Just doesn't want to build there. Okay. Building, or rather housing wise, we're okay here, but let's not settle for okay when we can be great. There, okay. I mean, the way I see it, this couldn't hurt to buff this up a bit. Despite me having built a few honey places already, I'm confident this this Malma can host everything I need. Alright, that should do for a short while. Otherwise, I wanted 490 pitch. Well, I have pitch makers already. I didn't actually realize they were there, so I'm killing that honey already. I'm going to be happy that that pitch is there, and probably start dismantling the honey and building more pitch. And they gotta go someday. Once I've checked all the cities, and we're about 2/3 of the way through them, then I can spacebar my way through much of this. I mean, sure, some things might fall apart, but I'm fairly confident that I'll keep my people very well fed. I did massively up the cheese and grain distribution there. Fish will be a problem, but fish is always a problem. It's a shame, because it makes such good money, fish. Not as much as meat, but fish is eaten by so many people. Honestly, all goods in this game make good money. This game could stand to be a lot more challenging, whilst at the same time a lot less click intensive. Clicking a lot like this is not challenging. Building up these cities is not challenging. Planning all this, now that's where the challenge should be. And it did take a reasonable amount of time to piece together my my perfect Hansa, at least theoretically. Let's get that pitch flowing, shall we? This has been a real problem for us lately. Not enough pitch flowing. Jake, why have cash fish when you can have cash cows? Now, I'm not sure if you're talking about the stockfish here, or about that stupid cow that I posted on the forum. That was great, though. But really, diversity is what it's all about here. You can't have... you can't make maximum money just by shipping fish or just by shipping meat. And meat is an easy trap to fall into, because you might go, oh man, meat makes tons of money, I will produce all the meat. And then you quickly find out that you saturate the market with meat and you can't make money off of it. Well, not as much money, and soon you're selling it at a loss or stocking up so much of it that it's eating up your supply space, so that's a problem. Okay, done. Nesad, we kind of didn't really build many houses here. Why not? Why did I fail on the house building front of Nesad? Did I even build anything here lately? And why do I have so many mead breweries? Nesad is meant to be grain, hemp, and pelt. And at the moment it's just grain and metal? And a bit of hunt. This is a stupid place. No metal and no meat, just grain, hemp, and pelts. Given that there's so much hemp to be had here, I'm glad we've already built out of the place, but what was I thinking when I was here earlier? Probably just not thinking. Textbook me. See, this is the kind of sound effect that I've been missing out on if I just delete sound effects in fear of having those annoying land battles. But I just hate hearing those land battles constantly. Something has got to give. Okay, so forget the grain, forget the hemp for now. I'm apparently meant to have 100 pelts. I only have 67, so I'll build another 33. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3. Good enough to me. Jake, can you delete individual sound effects? Can't you, if necessary, try deleting them one by one until you find the right effect? I went over it at the start of this video and I don't feel like going through it again. I mean, I could, but I won't. Well, I could. I still won't, though. Basically, they're all piled up inside a certain kind of file. I can extract it, but I can't seem to locate it, and I certainly don't know how to delete it and then repackage that file, so that's where my struggle lies at the moment. Alright, Nesad was good. I think Flansburg was okay. Oh man. Didn't I build up these cities? What is wrong with me? Flansburg is meant to be nothing but tools and pelts, and I swear I built up some of this stuff here. We got 192 businesses, which will keep us good for a while, but maybe I just did not build enough houses. Maybe I didn't build houses here at all. Maybe I was out of money by then. Whatever the case, we're here now, and we're going to build up a good 100 houses or so. And I can't wait to be back in the 9-digit treasury. What's the word for that? Not triple, quadruple. I'm bad with these words. It's because I thought Killer Instinct was right, so I was like, hey, if it's 5 in a row, that must be a hyper number, right? Was not a fan of Killer Instinct, honestly. My eldest brother would just load it up, play full gore, and kick my ass. Or he would play Spinal and rattle my bones. Probably a good game in its own right, but just got constantly demolished at it. Alright, that's a bit better for Flansburg. Lubec is surely fine. It's not fine at all. Lubec is meant to be the wood place, and at the moment it's the honey farm. But I have plenty of wood, so I have no interest in building up Lubec. And we kind of keep it pegged right now. I own every business here, and the other guy has failed to build anything, so that's okay. How many days off of work do Swedes get? Pretty much all of July. I know Rostock is fine. I've built it up entirely. Haven't I? Yeah, probably. Did I yellow it off? Why did I not yellow off Rostock? It's clearly done. Let's see, 16 clay. What? 126 grain? Yeah. Wet. 118 salt. It probably wasn't done because I didn't delete all of these guys. Alright, that's a fair point. I need to come back here and take over a bit better. But that will be bloody expensive because, yeah, these tailors have got to go. But I can force my competition out, which will be quite nice. Still, it's taken care of in that sense. Stattin looks amazing. The only thing it's lacking is a ton of jobs. Stattin is supposed to bring to us 100 clay and 500 grain, which immediately tells me I need to go out of that, out of those walls. Fortunately, we are pretty good at doing that now. Pretty good at doing that, okay. Don't you worry, girly. We'll have it done in no time. Okay. Sometimes I get it in one, sometimes I don't. But knowing me, I'm probably mixing up how I do it. Sometimes it gives me pretty fast results like that, which is nice. Maybe I couldn't do it like this. Or maybe I cannot. It's just when the road makes itself a little stumpy like that, you know you're onto something. Are you planning any Hoi 4 during the summer now that Patch Oak is out, says Dusty. Planning? No. I have so many other campaigns to do, I can't think of any Hoi one that I'm super intent on doing right now. Of course, if anybody had a great suggestion for me, or beat me in some bet, then I would certainly go for it. Alright, this is getting a touch ridiculous. There we go. How hard was that? Actually, why was that so easy? I only did that with a few buildings as well. Back when I was playing this game before, I got really good at doing this stumpy technique. But sometimes that just doesn't take off. And so much for the same Jake who was like, I'm not going to build outside of the walls, why would I do that? That's good, and pop. That's not a lot of space to work with, but it's more than no space. Regardless, Stattin has a ton of houses, and does it have 100 clay already? It's got 104 clay already. Some of that'll have to go. Probably these ones by the sides. Otherwise, it's a load of grain. I have a load of grain, so I'm super not keen on building lots of grain here. But I've kind of got to. Can we just finish this off with houses? Good enough. Alright, grain train. Can I not just do this? Because I'm super not up for... Ever since I moved here, I started using the word super a lot more. And I honestly don't like it. This is so much easier than just about anything else. There is a risk that I'm building new goods in places that I haven't built them before, and I'm going to completely forget about setting up any convoys to bring it back to Rostock. Eventually I'll find that, you know, places have 100,000 hemp in them and then go, whoa, and then I'll get wildcard Thagnus on the route and then set up its own convoy, so it's not the end of the world, it's just definitely something I see myself forget. I am unimpressed with that. Alright, how are we looking? Pretty bad, honestly, but it's a start for Stattin. Then there's Danzig. Danzig has always been a problem for us. Even though I've burned this place to the ground, it has a disturbing number of businesses, which our enemy has been building up because I've been failing at keeping this place pegged completely. Oh well, might as well produce all of the wine. Danzig is kind of annoying. 47 wine. Do I have 47? Not even. It's also meant to do clothes for me, which I totally don't do. And I'm just going to buy those ones. Otherwise it's meant to be wood and clay and metal. Well, I always want more metal, so I guess I could build more of those and more houses. I really don't like Danzig in this game. It's the... if you're playing the base game... No, that came out wrong. If you're playing the default campaign for this game, Danzig is, in my view, the best place to start with. It produces clay and wood, and if I recall well, it produces a kind of food. It certainly does not produce wine in the base game. In the campaign. In the campaign, you're only really going to find wine in Bruges and Cologne, and anything that you build over in that region. The wannabe French region. So yeah, in a normal campaign I would be loving Danzig, but not here. This Danzig has given me nothing but heartache. Probably doesn't help much with the houses. 300 is not very good considering how big Danzig already is. Not sure if I'm going to need to go outside of the wall with Danzig, but we'll see that in due time. Also, I'm running out of money here. I'm glad I finished Novgorod, but I know that I have not done anything good with Revel. And Helsinki, I can't even remember what I've done with them. What is that? Fair. But the real thing we're missing here are businesses. I suppose I could make some clothes. A little bit of clothes. I want to have a big bunch of them so that I can flood the clothes market here. And then my enemy will destroy his clothes production. And that'll feel really, really good for me. Not for him, but we're not caring about his feelings. Jake, what's the hardest place to start at? Scotland? I'm not sure if you can start at Novgorod, but if you could, it would be there. I think you can start in Thorn? I don't know. You know, we could find out later on. Wouldn't be hard to check it out. Alright, there we go. We've got plenty of businesses now, and we'll finally produce a bit of clothes. Not many, but a bit. Could always make more metal, but... that'll do for now. Almost out of money here after all. Kongsberg is not done, actually. Not done. Visby is far from done as well. It needs businesses. Needs metal as well, but it needs businesses. Visby is wool. Lots of wool and lots of pitch. Didn't I have a lot of wood here? Okay, no, thankfully not. As in not a lot, but I do have wool. Do have wood. Let's get it active so at least we have something coming in here. That pitch looks fine, but I need... honestly, I need a lot of things here. Let's just keep this pegged as much as we can. And maybe build a few houses. A few houses, he says, spending most of what little money he has left on houses. Pitch is meant to be quite a bit more. But I do need wool. I am short on wool, something fierce. Oh right, this place, I will probably need to go outside if I'm building this much wool. This will be tough, but I can try. Probably need to do this. I'm not sure if it's even going to let me do the trick with such a short area to work with. Probably not. Also so close to an edge as well, that's what makes me wonder. That's a bit better then. That's good, and pop. Oh, ooh. Okay. Interesting. Didn't want to do it there. I have a feeling this game pushed Jake to his PG-13 limit. So much fun. No, it was ActRaiser 2 that pushed me to my limit. I have sworn a few times on stream, but I really try to avoid it. I don't think it really adds anything to the experience around here. And whenever I watch streams and I find that the streamer is losing his composure and cussing somewhat endlessly, I shake my head and think, yeah, we're not having that on my stream. Maybe you appreciate that, maybe you don't even care, but I don't care if you care, it's how I operate. And of course I call it the PG-13. trick. Sometimes it loves me, sometimes it loves to abuse me. I just want to get outside of the wall game.